Okay, so good day for our lesson 2 of reading and writing. So the last topic we discussed about written text as a connected discourse. So just a brief review. Written text is like the physical body. Doon mo nakikita ang mga letter, ang mga paragraphs, okay, ang mga words. However, written text must be a discourse. It is not only a physical body, parang Frankenstein naman, no? Walang soul. Okay, that's why a written text must have a soul. Therefore, a written text, we must consider it as a connected discourse. Dapat meron siyang kabuluhan. Okay, dapat meron siyang meaning. Dapat nabibigyan natin siya ng meaning or the meaning is already in that text, no? Okay, so that is um, written text as a connected discourse simplified. Again, written text are only letters, while discourse is the meaning behind those letters. So we can say that written text is a connected discourse. Dapat magkaka-connect lahat ng sentences within a written text. Okay, dapat magkaka-connect sila in order to communicate um, a specific meaning. Not only meaning, but a sensible meaning. Makabuluhan na meaning. Okay, so today we will have another topic, and that is on the pre-writing stage. Okay, so I want you to internalize on this again. Okay, so what are the things which you do first when writing an essay or when you are writing other text? Ano ba yung ginagawa ninyo? Perhaps you proceed to writing agad, no? Okay, una, intro, and then body, conclusion. Okay, but um, there must be a pre-writing stage. Okay, we cannot engage in a war without a plan. Same as true in writing. We cannot proceed to writing without planning what we will write. Diba? So, how do we plan on what to write? Okay, maybe you can research. You can research more about that topic. Mhm. And then maybe you can ask your friends about it. Okay, uy, maganda ba itong topic ko? Are my arguments sensible? Are they good? Are they suited for my paper? Okay, so you are doing survey as well, maybe. Informal survey when you are pre-writing. Because you do not want, di ba? You do not want to write anything that will destroy your credibility, anything that will destroy your reputation. You want, as much as possible, dapat yung mga sinusulat mo is factual. Or dapat yung mga sinusulat mo is easy to agree on. Not that controversial, di ba? Okay, so in the pre-writing stage, there are ways on how to organize your thoughts. Of course, you need to sort your ideas first and organize them, di ba? Not, for example, nagre-research ka. Hindi naman pwede na lahat ng research mo, all of the things that you have researched, you will include it all in your written text. Okay, that is a bad writing technique because what if merong mga fake news doon? What if merong mga hindi naman talaga kailangan sa paper mo doon? Okay, so in the pre-writing stage, you must know you must know that there are different techniques in selecting and organizing information. Of course, you select first kung ano yung mga magandang information, ano yung mga magandang ideas, and then after selecting them, okay, that is the time already when you will organize them. Organize meaning you fix it or you sort those ideas. Okay, so again, techniques. What are techniques? Okay, so these are ways in order to materialize something or to make something materialize. Okay, so ano ang nais natin na i-materialize if we are writing? Of course, it is to select and organize those information. Okay, so the first one being, okay, what do you think is this one? Okay, this is an open gate for diverse ideas and points to make about a certain topic. Okay, so another clue is that in this list, ideas that pop up from the writer or the writer's mind will be written in the list almost immediately. Okay, so what do you think is that? That is a brainstorming list. Okay, so have you ever tried brainstorming? If you did not, if you have not yet tried brainstorming, that tells a lot. Okay, it means that you still haven't collaborated, but I believe that you have. I believe that you are contributing something good to your classmates. I believe that you are giving inputs, you are giving ideas, okay, to your classmates. Okay, so a brainstorming list is mostly done to collect different ideas from members, okay, within a group discussion. Okay, so para bang kapag group activities ninyo, "Uy guys, ano ba ang pwedeng gawin dito? Baka naman may ideas kayo." And then they will give you their ideas. Okay, ito ang gawin mo. And then ito ang gagawin ko. I think that is wrong. I think what you're doing is right. I think what you're doing is wrong. Okay, brainstorming. You are trying to give input to your groups in order to improve your output. Okay, so brainstorming meaning you are collaborating for the common good. Okay, for the common good of your written text, for the common good of your output. Okay, so open gate. What do you mean by open gate? Okay, so pasok lahat ng ideas. Whether or not they make sense or not, okay? You must respect those ideas because that is only brainstorming pa lang naman, okay? Brainstorming. We cannot say that their ideas are wrong. We cannot say that their ideas doesn't make sense. Okay, brainstorming pa lang naman. Okay, so in brainstorming, you accept all ideas and then it is up to you as a group to judge whether or not that idea is good or not. Mhm. So at least give your members a chance to explain kung bakit ganun ang idea na. Okay, for example, tinanong mo in a brainstorming list, are you in favor of, should we be in favor of a jeepney phase out because we are trying to write an argumentative paper about it? And then, sabi ng isa, okay, I am in favor. And then sabi naman ng iba, I am not in favor because blah, 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 blah. Okay? So, you must listen to those sides equally without prejudice and without bias. Okay? Because, again, it is an open gate and diverse ideas are welcome. So, mas mabuti nga na maraming ideas and medyo may contrast in ideas because it will allow you to evaluate critically, di ba? Mas critical ang ano ninyo. If you study both sides, if you study the pros and the cons, or if you study the positives and the negatives, you have a deeper understanding about the topic. That is the beauty about brainstorming list. Nag-brainstorm kayo, natututo na kayo, mas nagiging critical pa kayong readers. Okay. So, what are the examples of brainstorming list? Okay, number one, that idealist, yun. Not idealist na, not idealist na yung antonym is realist. Ah. Okay, so idea list. Okay, so in there, you will list your ideas. Parang listahan lang siya. Okay, for example, this is the paper and then ilista mo na lahat. Okay, for example, your topic is jeepney phase out. Ganun. And then you will just list your ideas all around the place. Okay, scattered all around the place. Okay, so pwedeng dito advantages, disadvantage, and then balik ka ulit sa advantages. Okay, that is because it is free. Wala siyang format. Listahan lang naman siya. Parang listahan lang ng utang mo. Okay, baka mas organized pa nga yung listahan ng utang kesa sa idealist. Because the ideas that comes out from our mind must be written immediately doon sa idealist. Because there are times as well wherein, okay, sige, ito. Oy, may itatanong ako. And then, ano yon? Ano yung itatanong mo? Ala, nakalimutan ko nang itatanong ko. Okay, there are times wherein we forget what we are trying to say. We forget what we are trying to inform others about. That is why it is a good practice, no, na meron tayong notebook kung saan man tayo pumunta. So that kapag may mag-pop up na idea, oy, maganda yung idea na yun. I will write it, baka pa makalimutan ko. Okay? You can also utilize your phones. You can put your notes in your phone, no? And then encourage your group mates as well, okay? And then second one is that free writing, okay? If we talk about free writing, okay, we just write whatever we want in complete sentences. So it doesn't matter if wrong grammar ka. It doesn't matter if you are not considering the proper punctuation. It doesn't matter if you do not follow the correct capitalizations. That is because it is only free writing. Free lang naman siya. Okay? So, kung ano man yung sinulat mo, yun na yun. Parang draft lang naman siya. It is just your first draft. That is not your final output. And then it will just be up to you on how to improve it during the writing process already. And then the third one is idea map. Para din siyang idealist, but in idea map, parang you just do it in an artistic manner, no? Maybe you can put it in a box, you can put illustrations, you can put drawings. Okay, so parang ganon. It is just more artistic than the idealist. Because the idealist, you will just list down, okay, parang listahan nga lang ng nagpapautang. Okay, and then for idea map, medyo mas organized lang siya. Tingnan. Okay, so maybe I can require you to create one of those. Who knows? Okay, so the second type, okay, what do you think is this? Visual representations. Okay, when we say visual representations, meaning they are illustrations. They are not maybe they are 70% illustrations and then 30% words, okay, of concepts that help structure and classify information into an organizational pattern. Okay, so what do you think is this? Based from the jumbled letters. Okay, so that is what you call as, okay, graphic organizers. So parang yung nasa picture, okay, that is an example of a pie chart, which is also an example of a graphic organizer. So there are examples of graphic organizers as well. So these are primarily used, okay, in order to minimize the words, okay. So this is very beneficial for readers who are more on visual learners, okay. Yung mga tinatamad magbasa like me, okay. That's why I prefer reading manga more than novels. Okay, so I'm so sorry, language major pero tinatamad magbasa. Okay, language major pero not into classics but more onto manga. Okay, so I'm so sorry that those are just my interests. Okay, that's that's how I was made. Okay, so in graphic organizers, okay, you are trying to present information with less words as much as possible. Okay, so what are those examples? Okay, example is your Venn diagram. Okay, I think you already know what Venn diagram is. Okay, Venn diagram is used to compare and contrast two things. Wherein, okay, I do not have a ball pen here. But in Venn diagram, parang dalawang circles, parang nag-eclipse sila, like that. And then what you put in the outer circles are the differences between the two things. And then what you put in the inner circle or the one in between are their similarities. Also, graphs and charts, okay, to illustrate data, okay. Ano nga ba ang pinakamataas na sales ngayong araw? Okay, you can illustrate that to graphs and charts. And then concept map, of course, T-chart, like Venn diagram. However, the only difference is that a T-chart only focuses on the differences and not necessarily on the similarities. Parang pinagkatabi mo lang yung dalawang concepts and then you put their unique characteristics. Ano yung mga unique characteristics nila? Whereas sa Venn diagram, you are trying to compare two things. And then I think you have already seen a flowchart. Okay? Flowchart looks like yung tinatawag natin na organizational chart. Mhm. So I think you already know what organizational chart. Okay, so doon mo makikita sino yung president, sino yung vice president, senator. Okay, president, vice president, secretary, rather, then treasurer. Okay, parang yung flowchart, doon mo nakikita kung um, paano yung flow ng isang bagay. Okay? Instead of writing, the president is blah, 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 the vice president is, the secretary is, the treasurer is, okay, when will you finish? Kailan mo matatapos magbasa? Okay? Compared to, if you will just put it in a flow chart, okay, alam mo na, okay, si ganito pala ang president, okay, si ganito pala ang vice president, okay, parang ganon. Okay, flowchart is also used in trying to explain the steps of something. Okay, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. Okay? So parang ganun. Also in explaining the life cycle of a butterfly, life cycle of a frog. Okay, so you will get tired of reading. But because we have graphic organizers, because we have flowcharts, it becomes easier for us to comprehend. No? Mas madali. Instead of taking 5 minutes to read the entire thing, we can learn about it in just a minute. And that is thanks to graphic organizers. Okay, and then the third way on how we can select and organize information, okay, it is through outlining. Okay. So, outlining, think of it as writing a blueprint, no? For example, an architect, parang gumagawa siya, no? Gumagawa siya ng outline ng isang bahay. Okay, so that is the same thing, okay, in writing an essay or in writing a text. So you do not proceed immediately without a plan. Because the outline must serve as the foundation of your essay. Same as true as the blueprint serving as the foundation of the house. So kapag hindi matibay ang pundasyon, it is bound to crumble. It is bound to fall. That is the same case with your written text. So dapat as much as possible there must be an outline, there must be a plan on how you will write your text. Okay, I hope I am making myself clear here. Sana klaro nga. Okay, so there are two types of outlines. Okay, so the first type is the topic outline. And then the second type is the sentence outline. So we will try to differentiate them later on. Okay, so for topic outline, what can you notice here? Okay, A, B, C. Okay. So, for topic outline, you are just using phrases or one to two words, 1 to 3 words in order to explain something. So, it is not necessarily a sentence, not necessarily a paragraph. Okay. And more importantly, not a paragraph, I should say. Kasi kung paragraph naman ang ilalagay mo sa outline, eh di sana, sinulat mo na lang ang essay mo, di ba? Hindi na siya outline, hindi na siya summary. Okay. So in topic outline or in any types of outline, there are three major parts. Okay, so part 1 is the topic here. Okay, nako, picture lang pala to. Okay, let me put or insert a shape. Okay, gawin natin. Ayan. And then, let us put an outline. Okay, so the three parts of an outline are first topic, and then heading. Okay, so ano ang heading? Okay, so the heading is labeled by or through a Roman numeral. So how many headings are there? Okay, so there are three headings right here. Mhm. I'm so sorry, I just finished reading. Okay, so number two, appearance, and number three, positive traits. Okay, so these are called headings. And then the subtopics under those headings are called your subheadings naman. Okay, so let us copy again and then paste. But let us put it in a different color. Maybe we can color it blue. So, bit cool. Mhm. Okay, let us color this one blue. What's happening? Sorry, I'm so sorry. Blue, that one. Okay, saan pa yung ibang subheading? Disney. Okay, another subheading dito. And lastly, dito. Okay. Okay, so we can see here, di ba? Ang part ng topic outline, of course, you need to determine your topic. So ano nga ba yung topic mo muna? Okay, ano yung isusulatan mo? Okay, so in this case, ang isusulatan natin, or we wrote all about Wednesday Adams. And then, what do you want to talk about the topic Wednesday Adams? Ano yung mga gusto mong pag-usapan about Wednesday Adams? That is what you will put in your heading. Okay? Ano ulit yung mga heading? Yung mga nalabelan ng Roman numerals. Okay, so ano yung mga gusto mong pag-usapan about Wednesday Adams? Okay, you want to talk about the early life of Wednesday Adams, second, the appearance of Wednesday Adams, and then the positive traits of Wednesday Adams. Mhm. I hope I'm clear. And then, after mo ma-determine yung mga headings, okay, ang mga gusto kong pag-usapan, sir, ay ang mga early life ni Wednesday Adams, yung appearance niya, and then yung positive traits niya. And then, second, you will put the mm, subheadings. Okay, this line. No. Yeah. And then, next, yung mga subheadings. Now, yung mga subheadings, they must discuss kung ano yung mga nandoon sa each heading ninyo. What was put through each heading. Okay, so number one. Ang number one heading mo ay ang early life of Wednesday Adams. Of course, yung mga subheadings mo dapat related din sa early life ni Wednesday Adams. Okay, so Wednesday Adams was born of the marriage of Morticia and Gomez Adams. Okay, another one about the early life of Wednesday Adams is that she is the firstborn out of the two siblings, and then she went to study at Nevermore Academy. Hmm? And then your second heading, what is your second heading? It is all about the appearance of Wednesday Adams. And then what can you say about the appearance of Wednesday Adams? Ano ang masasabi mo sa kanyang appearance? You will put that in your second subheading, which are labeled by alphabets. Okay, so A, B, C, and D. So what? And so forth. Now, let us try doing what? Okay. For example, your topic is on hmm, jeepney face up. Okay, next. That's so wrong. ah, okay. So since your topic is jeepney face out, I want you to think of three headings. Okay, I will put. definition. Okay, definition of jeepney phase out. And then the advantages. Mm, and then the disadvantages. Okay, I hope this is just for the sake of example. It does not reflect my view on this specific issue. Baka i-cancel nyo ako, ayaw na niya akong pagpicturean. Hmm? Okay, so definition. Okay, so ano ulit ang ilalagay natin sa subheading? Related din sa definition. Okay, so A, ilalagay nyo na dyan. Ne, ang nasira. A. Okay. Um, the movement which refers to shutting down traditional jeepney. Okay, so that is the technical definition. However, you can opt to put operational definition or a definition that works only within a specific context. So maybe you can refer to jeepney phase out as mm, a movement. Okay, for example, you are writing a concept paper now. Okay, so a movement that aims to provide better opportunities for jeepney drivers through modernization. Okay, so kaya daw ipin-push ang jeepney phase out so that these jeepney drivers can avail yung mga modern jeepneys, no? Okay, so ganun lang naman ang ano ko. And then, since nandito na yung topic, and then nandito na yung heading number 1, and then meron ka na ding subheadings for heading number 1, let us proceed to heading number 2. And that is advantages. Ewan ko ba kung bakit 1 ang nakalagay dyan. Dapat 2 na yan. So sorry. Okay, so subheading for advantages, okay? Again, do not cancel me for this one. Okay, reduces air pollution. Okay, and so what and so forth. Yun lang yung alam ko eh. And then disadvantages. Okay, less transportation. Letter B. Ano pa ang disadvantages? Maybe okay, less transportation options. And then another one is that loss of livelihood among the common people. Okay, so as simple as that. Meron ka ng outline or meron ka ng topic outline. Although naka-sentence na siya. I broke the rule. I'm so sorry. Rule breaker ako. Okay, so that is how outlines work. And then sentence outline naman, ang pinagkaiba lang is that, okay, for sentence outline, mas marami na siyang words because you are writing it through sentences. Okay, so again, meron siyang topic, and then heading, subheading. Okay, ganun-ganun lang din ang kanyang format. Okay, so for your performance task, I want you to do this one. Okay, so using the topic outline, okay, topic outline lang because if sentence outline, edi parang nagawa nyo na practically yung performance task ninyo, di ba? Okay, so for your performance task, you may include um, writing a topic outline which includes the characters, the setting, the plot, and the moral of your story. So as you remember, I already gave you, di ba, your performance task which is to write a children's book or a children's story which will be due after the third support your examination. Okay, so feel free to decide on the headings and subheadings that you will include in your topic outline. So, dapat lang mag-make sense. Okay, so if you have any questions about my discussion, feel free to reach out. So, yun. Yun lang yung activity ninyo sa akin. So, maybe more activities will follow. Because wala na naman kayong klase. Because of the foundation day. Anyways, I had fun doing this video. So, again, it is my job to make these lessons as accessible as possible. That is why I am doing this. And I want it to be clear to you as well. So do not be shy, okay? I know that I may be rowdy at times, no? Parang ang gulo-gulo kong mag-discuss kasi pasanga-sanga. But try to approach me and then I can explain it in the way that you want. Okay, so thank you. That would be all. Until our next lesson. Thank you, thank you.